want to talk about another paranormal tool that I just purchased called the Spirit Box. It's the P-SB7. It's designed by ITC Research, and it looks like it's distributed by a company called DAS Distribution Incorporated. The thing I like about this is a lot of the Spirit boxes out there are modified radios where they modify the scan so that it scans through all the channels up and down. This radio does the same thing, but the difference being is that it has a calibrated sweep rate that you can select 100 milliseconds, 200, 300, and so forth on the AM and FM band. And because this isn't an FM stereo radio, they're able to get the scan to 100 milliseconds, which is a tenth of a second. And I'm going to show why that's important to rule out false readings or false audios of EVPs that come through this. There's a reason why that's important, and I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to show you a close-up of the radio and some of the features it has. I forgot to mention that another thing unique about the P-SB7 is that as it's scanning between the different FM and AM frequencies, it produces a white noise sound blending in with the audio, which is unique to this radio also. I don't know if you can see the display, but there is a volume up and a volume down, AM FM selector, that's the power, and you have a sweep up and a sweep down, and then you have a backlight control on and off, and then here's the sweep rate where you can go 100 milliseconds, 150, 200, 250, etc., which again is unique to this radio. It's a calibrated sweep rate. I'm going to turn on the little amplifier that you see here so we can hear the radio. And I'm going to put turn the sweep rate on to 100 milliseconds, and we're going to sweep up here. I've brought in the video to an audio editing program called Adobe Audition 1.5, and what you see on the screen in green is a portion of the audio you just heard, and the portion in white is what I've highlighted, and I can loop that in a loop of playback. And what's important to note is that you can see that there is a repeating element here, and that repeating element is about 100 milliseconds or a tenth of a second. This is the radio actually changing channels, going up to the next channel, then to the next channel, and so forth. A lot of the people that have gotten any kind of intelligent response in these units, I'm hoping and I assume that it is not the channel coming in, that it is something that is multiple channels going across. So the reason why it's important to have a program like this or a similar program is that if you get a response out of this unit that is just one channel wide, I would be a little skeptical thinking that it's just the actual channel that's being broadcast through the AM or FM radio. But if I get some kind of response that is multiples of this, that would imply that it is something that is coming through this radio as it's scanning, and it's not a component of the radio broadcast. So we'll see how that goes, and a program like this is pretty inexpensive. There's a lot of programs out there that you can look at, and when you get some kind of response, again, analyze it. And I wouldn't be too excited if it was 100 milliseconds or whatever you have your radio set to, because that could possibly be some words spoken on a radio channel in AM FM. But if it's something that is on multiple channels across here as a wave, some kind of intelligent response, then I would be excited about that, because that's implying that whatever communicated to this device is doing it broadband. It's taking up multiple channels. And so that's the advantage of this radio as opposed to a hack radio, is a calibrated scan rate that you can analyze in your audio software to verify that something unique is going on with the response that you just got.